All right, we hopefully should be live. Welcome back to the Core 4. We're going to be doing our episode 1 review and just our early thoughts on A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, given that we've only watched it, well, some of us have only watched it once. And yeah, so it's going to be joined by Voice of Old Town, Becky Does Blog, DC the Advocate, myself, the Grease Goblins, and I think we should just start.
And then
I did
King
forget
George,
to do that.
King
And
George.
King George, and King George, and King George. But I think we should start with just our initial, like, what did we think just generally from our first watching of the episode for Ricky multiple times. But I'll start with you, JC, since you got the cute doggy. So what were your first initial thoughts from watching episode 1?
Yeah, I actually really liked it. I thought it was pretty faithful to the book, to the source material. There was a little bit of I mean, it wasn't that bad. I actually thought the humor was pretty decent. With the exception of that one, 10-second poop scene there at the beginning. This guy probably got a kick out of that because this guy pooped in my bedroom yesterday. But but actually, I'm gonna let him down here. Sorry, George. But anyway, yeah, I thought it was a really, really good episode. I thought it was wonderfully done, very, very colorful, very beautifully shot, beautifully acted. Sir Duncan Nuttall's actor, I forget, Peter Claffey is his name. Very endearing actor, very endearing dude. Yeah, all in all, I thought it was a good episode.
Awesome. Building off that, Becky, what were your initial thoughts?
Oh, so I was really happy with it. Like at the end with the really like mellow scene that was really cozy between Dunk and Egg. It was like getting me a little bit immersed. But yeah, other than like the 10 seconds of the pooping, which I wasn't expecting to see. That's we're not used to that kind of detail in Game of Thrones. Like that was like full on. I think I'd rather have seen someone like be beheaded than see that. So so other than that, but it was so short, I can get over it. It's fine. But I think a lot of the humor landed with me in that episode. I was expecting it to be a lot more like cringy than it was, but a lot of it landed, especially Lionel Baratheon. Like his character was hilarious. Yeah, I'm real happy with it.
We got a lot of positive reviews so far. All right, turning to Ricky, you've been the one that's been silenced so you haven't been able to give your full thoughts.
Yeah, finally.
What were your thoughts on episode 1?
So initially, I think the difference with the music and the way it's shot was kind of hard for me to get into, but I appreciated it way more on my second watch. And I think it's good. It's a good episode. It adapts it pretty. I mean, it's you can't really be negative about the adaptation because that would be silly. So it's good. It's a good start, I think, and I loved everything about everything with Lionel. That was that guy just oozes charisma. I think he's brilliant.
I agree a lot with what you said, Ricky. I would say, yeah, I think it was a good starting episode. I really wonder how casual viewers are going to react to it, which I think we'll probably talk about at some point in the stream. I thought it was good. I am probably not as positive as especially Becky and JC. I think I lean more on I like the comedy at some points, and I didn't like it at other points. Like I liked all the Lionel stuff, like Ricky brought up. I was really a big fan of that part of the episode. I thought that was a great because I was, we're all wondering what are they going to do with all this extra time from the novellas. I thought that was really well done. The show looks beautiful, by the way. I thought that was something I really needed to just highlight. That was really good. The music, I know everybody else is, say it's great. I'm kind of like, it was okay to me. I didn't. It was one of those things where I was like, it's not bad. It's not like great. I just like, yeah, it was fine. I don't know. So like, I'm kind of on the fence of like, I thought it was good. It didn't really pull me in as much as I was hoping it would pull me in. So I don't know. Like I walked away being like, yeah, this is a good episode of television. The adaptation was perfect in terms of taking it from the page to the show. I just at times the comedy just didn't work for me, and so at times just you know, when you see Dunk bumping his head twice in the span of like 5 minutes, I'm kind of like, ah, okay. But that was my general thoughts. Good, not perfect for me. But anything, you know, where do you guys want to go from there in terms of what do you guys want to talk about, specific things that stood out to you in the episode?
I mean, let's talk about Solano, because I think, you know, that was one of the things they've added, and I think they've succeeded in, you know, hitting the tone there. Like, you can say whatever you want about the comedy, you better get used to it, because it's gonna stay that way. And I think whenever Lionel's there, it's at its best, and
Agreed.
I really enjoyed the humor in that tent. Thing is, and I've asked myself this, so I want to know what you guys think about it. Is, you know, it kind of takes away from Dunk. You know, he's mates with Sir Lionel now, like right from the get go. So it kind of takes away from, you know, what is fighting for later on, or the resemblance of the small folk. But what do you guys think about, you know,
That's a
him?
good point, actually.
Becky, JC, if you want to go first.
Because it's almost like it's a little bit easier for him to like get involved with the tourney now, whereas like it's a massive trial for him in the book. I mean, I know that he struggled with that guy whose name I always forget, who has connections to Sir Arlen of Pennytree, and he was saying like, oh my, he took a wound for your Lord Father, and you don't even remember who he is. So I know that was like kind of rough for him, but I feel like now that becoming best buddies with the Laughing Storm, he's like kind of got a foot in there. Like he's, you know, he's not as it's not going to be as difficult for him to get recognized at the tourney now. So they kind of changed that like from the start, like immediately. That's shifted it a bit.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I loved the introduction of Lionel Baratheon. Just also more time spent on the fossil ways as well. You could tell that they really wanted us to get to know these characters, because again, like Becky said, really in the book, it's just, you know, Dunk arrives at the inn, he meets Egg and Daron, goes to Ashford Meadow, just kind of wanders around for a bit.
Stefan falls away.
Stefan falls away. and then I mean, it's like a couple of pages before he sleeps in the meadow, and he's there with Dunk looking up and seeing the shooting star. So the fact that they kind of stretched it out and allowed us to spend more time with some of the, well, not minor characters, but some of the secondary characters, with Lionel Baratheon, with the Fossways, I thought was really cool. And I'm excited to see what else, especially what else the Laughing Storm does in the next 5 episodes.
Agreed. I'm very conflicted on the Lionel Baratheon, because I was thinking the exact same thing while watching the episode that Ricky brought up. I was kind of like, huh. I was super entertained. Like I found that part of the episode to be the most entertaining part. Like the most part where I was like, okay, I'm the comedy's working. I'm investing in, you know, them building up Lionel, who we like him in the novella, but he's, you know, there's not a lot, like he doesn't have a lot of time where we get to know the character in the book. So I did like that aspect of it. I did like, you know, everything that happens. The dancing was fun. But I did think like, okay, we're trying to establish a situation where Dunk is this hedge knight, where he comes from nothing. He's struggling to make his way in this world. And in the first episode, we have him already becoming friends with like one of the most powerful people in Westeros, you know, being the lord of one of the great, or the kingdoms. So I don't know really what to think about it, because like on one hand, it was the part of the episode I liked the most, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it thematically with the themes of the novella, if that makes sense.
Well, to be fair, the way he leaves and the way he just lets Dunk sit there, you could kind of take it as this was their party, and you know, now fuck off. Like this and it's not gonna be a regular thing. You know, it's not like he's gonna be drinking with Lionel every episode. But you know, it's that's the thing that, you know, goes into adapting one short story into 6 episodes. You gotta drag it on, and then stuff like that comes up, and it doesn't always make perfect sense. But I think in terms of the adaptation, they've done a great job, especially with the first episode. Like everything about the you know, Dunk at the tavern, that was like straight from the books,
Oh yeah.
straight from the book.
A lot of the opening part of the episode before we get to the tourney was just straight ripped from the book.
Yeah.
And I was kind of thinking, I was interested, because the thing is with the first novella, when you start off, you're only with one character for a good portion of it. And I was wondering, like, how are they going to have such a, Dunk thinks a lot. A lot of what we are, reading is his thoughts. And I thought they did a good job of trying to naturally integrate that into the episode without just being like, oh yeah, we're just going to have nobody talking and Dunk's just walking around. So I thought they did a good job with that as well.
Yeah. I don't really have much to add to that. It's just like, I agree.
Well, any other things, JC or Becky, like that watching the episode, you're like, oh, this is a standout moment, or you're questioning it, or anything along those lines?
Actually, just going back on the Lionel thing quickly, I suppose like the only justification for them being best buddies in that moment is because like he was very drunk. So and like everybody is best buds with everybody when they're drunk. Like I'm like a million times more friendly and welcoming when I'm drunk. So I suppose that's the only thing, is that like when Lionel Baratheon's like sober, maybe in like the next episode, if they have another conversation, they may not be as like, connected as they were.
If he even remembers
moment.
What happens.
Yeah, he might have just forgotten who Dunk is, and then we're right back to the start of the novella.
So that's a good point. It's a good point.
Yeah. I think most of my notes are just with regards to the aesthetics of the episode, because again, a lot of what this episode does is really just takes, the first couple of pages from the Hedge Knight novella, and then, it expands it a lot. It's a lot of just Dunk walking around the the tents set up at Ashford Meadows. But I think the thing that stood out to me the most was really just how beautifully shot everything was. Everything was really just, these bright greens and yellows, these bright colors, just making everything pop. I think I've gotten used to just so much gray and dullness and darkness with House of the Dragon that I forgot what like actual color looks like. It's like, oh, it's so beautiful. But in addition to that, just everything is so beautifully shot. I know it was only like for 1 minute, this one scene, but when Tanzil Too Tall has her giant puppet show with the giant dragon and he's breathing fire, it's like, whoa, everything's just popping with color. It's so cool. It's so colorful.
Yes.
Yeah, just the cinematography was really, really beautiful. And that's I mean, yeah, it's just really great.
Yeah, I think it's it's very cinematic, and they've had a way smaller budget for this show, so you can only really congratulate them on the way they've that goes for the whole season. It's that is the fresh take that they should have celebrated instead of the comedies. And then what I think would have benefited the show even more would be a more epic theme, a more epic music to accompany those beautiful shots. I like the music, I really do, but the music in this show is at its best when Ramin Djawadi comes in and there's a theme that's actually like up to what we're used to. So I feel like I'm kind of nitpicky here, but I'm trying not to say something.
Yeah, you're free for episode 1, but you're not free.
I'm free for episode 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I can talk about a lot, but that can also not.
You could also get sued by HBO.
Yeah,
I don't think that is the thing. Whenever you're talking about people who get the screeners and always have to be nice and stuff, I don't think they even know who the fuck I am. So I just don't get away with talking shit about it too. So I was like, so yeah, it's very much mixed.
I agree though, JC. Just piggybacking off of what you said, I thought a lot of the wide shots were really well done. Like even the opening where you see Dunk and he's burying Arlen and all of that. That got me thinking though. So we didn't see too much of Arlen. I was expecting we were going to see maybe a little bit more of Arlen. What did you guys think? Did you think we were going to see more of Arlen, like in flashbacks, or what did you guys think about the flashbacks we did get? Let's just say that for now.
I think we'll get more. I think there'll be more to come throughout the course of the series. They were added in at really like random moments though,
Yes.
like that I wasn't expecting. It was just like you're in the middle of a scene, and then all of a sudden there's like a 10-second flashback. It was really random, but it hit the start. So I think when he was, digging the grave and he was like doing this little speech to Sarah Allen's body, I think those flashbacks hit. But then like later on in the episode, there was a random one that was like in the middle of I think it was when he was, I can't remember, he was at the tourney, and then there was like a little random flashback to Sarah Allen, and I thought that was a bit like oddly placed.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to see more. I definitely think there's more to come from him.
Yeah, prior to this, obviously prior to us knowing that these episodes were going to be 30 to 40 minutes as opposed to an hour long, I originally thought like, oh, we're really going to stretch out these episodes. What can they do? So one of the first things that I thought of was like, or actually not just me, but that all of us kind of thought of was, oh, they're going to insert a lot of Arlen flashback scenes in the first episode. Maybe, have these, and not just like these quick scenes like we got in the first episode, but have these like 5-minute scenes where you look back on Arlen raising Dunk, or Dunk's life back in Penny Tree, or Arlen, the various adventures that Arlen and Dunk had gone on prior to the Hedge Knight novella. But really, it was just these quick snippets that were just intercut and mainly played for comedy that were there in this episode. So it was different than what I thought. I was like, oh, okay, Arlen. I was expecting and hoping that there were going to be Arlen flashbacks, but I didn't think they were going to be so quick and mainly for comedic timing. But I was glad they were there, and I'm looking forward to seeing what other potential flashbacks we see in the next episode.
Ricky, you want to add anything on that?
Yeah, Ricky, what do you think will happen in the next episode?
Yeah. Sir Arlen.
He's a character.
He's a character. Let's talk about. I'll share my thoughts about Sir Arlen in the next episode.
Okay.
For next.
Oh, okay.
What about you?
Interesting little teaser for episode 2.
just to add my thoughts on that, Ricky.
Because. Oh yeah,
Ricky, you're getting red, which makes me
nervous. If you thought Dunk shitting was weird,
if you
thought that Dunk shitting was weird,
I know what you're talking about.
Just
Ricky.
wait until you see the opening of the next episode. It's even more.
I know what you're talking about, Ricky. Someone on. I won't.
Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself.
Okay. Someone leaked it.
All I'll say is this is kind of what I was talking about. Kind of when I was meaning like. The comedy at times to me, I just didn't really enjoy. It was like, okay, the beginning of the episode, Dunk is okay. Sir Arlen, he was just, he's guy taught me everything. I'm burying him, and then bam, just insta random like jump cut right to Dunk's getting slapped around, and I'm just like, okay, it's weird tonally, but okay. And then they kind of did that throughout the episode in moments where they just used that almost for like comedic relief, and I was like, I don't. That's mainly some of the stuff I'm talking about when I didn't like the comedy that much. And I hope people are not coming, like, they're not watching this going, oh, the Grease Goblins hates the episode. He thinks it's terrible. No, like, these are my nitpicks. These are the things I took away. I was like, it's a lot easier to talk about things I was like, on than just going, oh, I loved everything. It was all great. Okay, it's in the live stream.
I'm going to clip that moment, Grease, be like, oh, I'm going to clip that right now and post it out of context. Just to...
Do it. Do it for the views, JC.
I'm creating Game of Thrones content. Jesus, what are you talking about? I'm here every 8 months. I can't get into that, I think.
All right. So what would you for you guys, what would you say was your standout performance of the episode? Like, well, what actor, character, what was like your standout performance of the episode?
Easy. Daniel Ings' Lionel Baratheon. Even though I think Daniel Ings' Lionel Baratheon is so good that it kind of takes away for this episode, from Dunk, because Peter Claffey's Dunk is amazing. He's just like the book. But for this episode, Lionel is my MVP.
Sounds good. Becky?
It's a tough one because I'm torn between Dunk and Lionel, but I think I'm going to have to go Dunk because I really do think that like the actor like portrayed him pretty much perfectly. Like there were scenes where I was like, this feels like Dunk. So I think for that, even though the more of the humor and the more entertaining scene came from Lionel, and he's brilliant, like he's so much better than I thought he would be. I think I have to give it to Dunk because he just, it's Dunk's story, isn't it? And he just played it really well.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I mean it's easy. It's Dunk for me. Dunk is definitely the standout character, and one of the things that we actually didn't really talk about is that the entire episode pretty much followed exclusively Dunk, similar to how the Hedge Knight novella, it's a first-person point of view perspective where we just follow Dunk's character, and if there's things that happen elsewhere, we don't know about it unless it's within Dunk's line of sight. Similarly here, we follow Dunk throughout the entire episode. There's no like, oh, in the meantime, Egg is doing this or Daron is doing that. It's just all Dunk. And yeah, he was fantastic. He was very endearing. I absolutely loved him in this role, the actor Peter Claffey. But in addition to Dunk, I actually liked Mandan Moore, right? That's the guy who was like, oh, like 800 people died in my father's service. Like, how would I? And that's Mandan Moore or
Manfred Dondarian, right?
Manfred Dondarian. Okay, sorry, not Mandan Moore. For the little bit of screen time that we got with Manfred Dondarian, I thought that he pretty much sold it well. He sold being an asshole pretty well. It's like, all right, yep, there's a guy I don't want to associate with, and you did pretty well. Way to go. So.
Be gone.
Yeah, be gone. Yeah, exactly. It's like, be gone. It's like, let me just be with these two women of the night.
Agreed. I will say
of the night. Dark Star.
Oh no, not Dark Star. It's part of every stream, poor guy.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I thought everybody in the cast did a pretty good job for even the small time that we saw. I am with Ricky on this though. Lionel Baratheon came on screen and he just took over. It was just when he came on screen, it was his show. But I will say this though. I think the acting for Dunk was great. I think the chemistry so far, from what we've seen, which is very limited between Dunk and Egg, is pretty good. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I bought into it. Oh no.
Exactly. Awesome sauce. You've got it.
Ricky, any comments you want to make about Dark Star with a lot of exclamation marks?
Yeah, he's of the night. What is there to say?
He's the best character in the show. That isn't in the show. Maybe. I agree with this comment though. I do think they portrayed Dunk really well. It did feel like they just ripped the character straight out of the novella. One thing I was talking to Ricky about on before you guys joined the room. How do you guys think that casual viewers are going to react to this show, specifically episode 1 so far, compared to Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon? It's very different. You can tell very much it's trying to be its own thing, its own show. How do you guys think that more casual audience will react to the show?
Is it okay if I go first?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Whoever speaks up
I
first.
saw Becky was about to say.
I was thinking, I've got no answer yet.
I thought it was pretty good. I liked okay. Obviously, there's a lot of slow scenes there. There's kind of just a lot of Dunk meandering around, entering tents here and there, watching Tenzel Tutal's puppet show. For us book readers, obviously, we know what's coming and we know what these characters mean to the story. So for us, it's like, oh, look, like there's Tenzel. Oh, look, there's Raymond and Stefan Fossaway. Cue Ricky holding up that picture of that apple with the angry eyes. So, for us book readers, I think we had a lot to chew on. But as far, there you go. Ooh, yummy. But as far as the casual audiences go, I do think they'll fall in love with Dunk. I do think they'll like, the dynamic between Dunk and Egg, especially as we start getting more into that in later episodes. However, as far as, just Dunk wandering around the tents, I don't know if they'll have the same, I guess, engagement that we had in seeing, the laughing storm just laughing it up in his tent, or in seeing, Stefan shove Ryman out of the way. So I think casuals, hopefully they're engaged enough to where they'll want to watch the next episode, but I don't really know. I'm thinking maybe not. They might not be as engaged as we are.
Becky,
I agree.
Ricky,
I agree with that. I think because I'm excited for like the revelation of who Egg is. Obviously, I'm assuming everybody who's watching this will know, but I'm not going to say it just in case not. I don't know.
I was about to be a big spoiler warning.
Yeah, I was going to say I won't say it just in case. But you know, when there's like revelations that come out, and when like that we get into the actual tourney part, and like you say, like we didn't even see any like Targaryens in that episode. So like when some more characters. R.I.P. So when some more characters are introduced that haven't yet, that are really big ones in the book, then I think that'll be better for casual viewers who may know the Targaryen name because of Game of Thrones, and there'll be more like revelations. So there might be like plot twist moments for them that we already know about because like we've obviously read the book. So I think for like casual viewers, I reckon that was quite like a mellow episode of just like quite a wholesome one, but nothing too crazy. So hopefully it's enough to keep people wanting to watch it because of like the humor and just how it looks. Like I think that'll be enough for people to want to watch the next one. But I think we're more giddy and excited because we are like looking out for all the things that we already know.
Yep.
At least that's how I was. I was just getting overly excited at things.
Agreed. Ricky, go ahead and I'll go last. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think you know, I'm glad that they release it weekly. I'm glad that that's still a thing. Let's see how that develops when Netflix takes over. But it takes a while, but it always takes a while, and you don't need Bran falling out of a window to be hooked. So in episode 2, the Targaryens come in, and that should be enough for people to, they want to see them, in the show. And keep
Whoa.
watching.
The Targaryens come in episode 2. Are you spoiling us, Ricky? Should I call?
That's not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler. We were told there were going to be princes at the tourney in the episode. That's not a spoiler. Don't worry, Ricky. I got you. They tried. They tried to get you canceled.
Yeah.
Given I was watching this episode with someone that was a casual, I might have a little bit of a different take. So my dad has never read the novellas. He's watched the shows. Like I watched House of the Dragon with him when the episodes come out. So we watched this, and so I was like, okay. I by the end of the episode, I want to like give me a rating for it. What's your general like quick thoughts on it? And this was the reaction I got. It was like, yeah, I mean, not a whole lot happens. And I was like, well. He still gave it a 7 out of 10 though, so that's
okay.
That's solid. That's solid, but that's kind of how I feel like a lot of
casuals. I gotta pull this up every 10 minutes.
That's how I think a lot of casual people will be, just because it's so different for us as book readers. We have an expectation. We know what the payoffs are going to be. We know this is some of George R. R. Martin's best written material. Whereas, like, if you're somebody that has never read that, you come into this story after House of the Dragon season 2, and you're like, "What? Who's this guy?" There wasn't a whole lot of stakes to this episode. It didn't like. If you're a casual viewer and you're going, "Oh, okay, this guy's just randomly dancing in tents, and he's got a squire." That's how we ended the episode. Like. So I don't know. I'm very curious to see as the week goes on what people think about the episode. But like Ricky said, I think as long as I think Ira Parker said this. I saw this on X. I don't know if this is true or not, but I think he said, guys, just be patient with us. Something along those lines. Like he kind of figured, casual viewers might need to stick along until we get to the bigger stuff. So I do wonder how that's gonna go down overall.
I'm glad they kept the weekly release schedule. I don't like it if a show drops all the episodes and then it's just out there and there's no discourse.
I was kind of half hoping they would release maybe the first 2 episodes in one go.
What I think they should have done.
That would have helped.
Yeah, I mean,
really helped.
I mean, I like the first episode, and based on what we're all saying, I think, well, with the exception of Eric, your dad, but I think for the most part we enjoyed the first episode. But I think for the casuals, it would have enjoyed. I think maybe they would have been more hooked if we would have had an episode featuring Targaryens there. So if the first 2 episodes would have aired in one go, and then episode 3 air next week, I think maybe that might have helped. I am curious. Yeah, I am curious. Grease, your dad, was he interested in watching next week's episode, or was he just kind of like, I've seen enough?
I didn't ask him like, okay, what's your interest going into the next episode, because we were trying to get on the stream. So it was just like it was like a brief thing. I was like, okay, just generally tell me. But the vibe I got was like, if I was not there and we were going to watch the next episode together, I don't know if he would like seek it out and be like, oh, well, this is going to come out, on Sunday. Let me watch this. And it's also, the other thing is, a lot of people were wondering why the episode get pushed back an hour from its usual time. I think it's very clear that was for the football season. I mean, they put it right at the end of when football ends. Like, the football game ended as the episode dropped. And especially in America, if you're trying to target that audience, a lot of it's going to be on football. Football is one of the things that does the best in America. So
American football.
Let's preference that.
I thought it was because the pit, because usually they save like the well, I guess this aired 8 p.m. your time, 8 p.m. Central Time. They usually say, or actually it aired
9 p.m.
Bastards.
Yeah, so they usually save the 8 p.m. slot for like something more serious, like the pit, whereas this like more comedic show where HBO doesn't even know if it'll do well. They probably were like, push it back an hour. It's okay. I'm almost tickled silly by Dunk's bubble guts.
Actually, I'm assuming that's what you wanted me to read.
Yeah, no, well, it's good.
Agreed. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm in an HBO room, but I think it probably played a role, just given how dominant football is in America. But who knows? Who knows?
I'd be curious, Eric, if your dad. So this is gonna sound awful. Well, I was about to ask you. Well, if your dad if you were never born, and your dad was like,
Whoa.
Okay, Jason. Okay.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, like,
I'm the only child. I'm precious. Okay.
If your dad didn't have anyone there to show him that, like, oh, you should stick around and watch the show. It's like, oh no, stick with it. Like, it gets better. Like, would he have been interested in watching the next couple of episodes? I'd be curious.
I'll go a step further. I don't think he would have known the show was even coming out today if it wasn't for me.
Oh wow.
I'll say that.
Okay.
But if you had to put me on the spot, I would say probably no. I don't think he would watch episode 2.
Gotcha.
Especially because I had to basically put the football game on my phone for the last like 5 minutes and then put it on the TV for Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Why do you care? You're not from Chicago.
Well, okay. My dad likes the Bears, so I had to put it on for him. That was the negotiation for the important stuff to go on the TV.
Gotcha.
So did the Bears lose then? Did the Bears lose?
The frauds, they lost.
Oh, I've got a friend who supports the Bears a lot. They're going to be very sad.
Baron, you're a man after my own heart. Or I don't know, man or woman. I don't know what your gender is, but thank you. You're a person after my own heart. Thank you. My wife is a baker. She made some Seattle Seahawks chocolate chip cookies. If you're in the Seattle area, you should check us out and buy some cookies. Or actually, I'll give you a cookie for free for being a Seahawks fan. Earlier, someone... Hey, Ashley, it needed to be said. But earlier, someone said that we should let Becky, we should let you talk more. So, Becky, I'm sorry, we've been bad.
Becky, go on a yap session.
Becky.
Okay, let me take the floor. Firstly, it's 4:30 in the morning, so that's probably why. But what else do we need to talk about? Okay, someone mentioned earlier about
Take the floor.
Well, this is a lot of pressure.
You got the floor.
I really do. Where have you gone? You've gone into the abyss. Okay, cool. I feel comfortable
We're
now.
celebrating.
Hey, come back. Don't leave me here. Come back.
I don't even know if they can hear our audio when I do that.
So, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Someone mentioned earlier about the scene at the end with the, like, starry night and the scene, like, the shooting star with Dunk and Egg. That was a beautiful, like, ending to the TV show. I think it ended, like, perfectly. It was like when, like, the lighting on his face when he's looking up, at the stars and like the look in his eyes, and I just thought it's like a real wholesome show. Other than the pooping, it was really wholesome, and that's what I wanted from it. So yeah, I'm glad.
Well, I'm glad you got your time to speak, Becky.
Thank you. Thanks for giving me the floor. Appreciate it. I'll be
I
quiet
did
for the
like
rest of the stream now.
Whoa! You can't do that, because the audience is gonna get upset. They're gonna be like, why do these guys keep talking so much? They don't shut
We
up.
want Becky. We want Becky. They'll come out with their pitchforks.
Yeah, it's true.
I feel wanted. It's nice. Doesn't happen often.
Speaking of Becky, you're a Dolphins fan, unfortunately, and I just wanted to throw that out there.
Oh,
That's all.
very unfortunately. Yeah, I don't even know if I should keep watching football. No, that's a lie. I do.
You watch it for the Patriots.
No. Why would anyone do that?
Well, the Patriots are the best. That's why.
Debatable.
They're not. But anyway, circling back
Coming from the
to
Seahawks,
A
man.
Song of Ice and
Should've
Fire
ran it
and
on the
this
goal
show.
line.
Real quick, obviously, of the four of us here, I think we are not big fans of the toilet humor
No,
in this show. So
never again, please.
yeah, but I've been hearing mixed opinions here on the chat. And by the way, chat, sorry we've been ignoring you guys. It's just really hard with four of us kind of just talking back and forth. We're not ignoring you. We're seeing you guys in the stream.
Yeah,
and
we've
everything.
done it on purpose.
Well, actually, yeah.
JC hates you guys. He told us don't respond to comments before we went live.
Specifically, Dakota Papa Khan. I'm coming out. I'm ignoring. I'm just kidding. But anyway, you guys in the chat, I've been seeing some mixed opinions here about the poop humor. What did you guys think about the poop humor? Like, would you guys like more
Like a
poop
weird
humor in your show, less poop humor in your show? George R. R. Martin really loved this adaptation, so I imagine he was cool with the poop humor. But you know,
Well, the adaptation's been great.
You thought that's what it was the shit, yeah. It's,
Yeah.
yeah, it was the literal shit. Yeah.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of is it season? I can't say nothing because Becky's in here. Never mind. Never mind. I'm taking that completely back. Just for you guys that know, you know, there's some things in Game of Thrones that reminded me of what happened in this episode with the poop humor.
Grandmeister Parcell, right?
Sure.
Oh wait.
Oh no! Oh my god! Yeah, the
You
mom.
guys gotta just be quiet, okay? We got
Yeah,
Becky
yeah.
in here, okay?
Which season do I have to look out for?
Don't worry about it, Becky. You'll.
I honestly don't remember what season. I don't remember if it's season 6 or 7.
We want you to. We
Seven.
wanted to surprise you. So just keep
Yeah.
watching. Don't.
You'll know when you'll know.
Oh, there's going to be more poop. Okay. I'm not a poop humor fan.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta
Yeah.
expect more, I guess.
I don't want to.
Well, the show, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, is established. This is the way. So you're just gonna have to accept it. We might get some more poop humor. You don't know.
Real quick, guys. Sorry to get us off the topic of poop humor.
Well, you brought us on the topic of the
I know. I apologize.
Season
I apologize.
12.
Oh, yes. Awesome sauce. Thank you for bringing this up. Okay, so it was revealed recently that Ira Parker was given. So obviously we have the 3 novellas. We have the Hedge Knight, the Sworn Sword, and the Mystery Knight. However, novellas 4 through 12, allegedly novella 4 and 5, are starting to be written by George R. R. Martin, which is great. Hopefully we see those someday soon. But allegedly, George R. R. Martin has given outlines for novellas 4 through 12 to Ira Parker. So just in case Ira Parker catches up to George R. R. Martin's written source material for these novellas, we're going to have potentially up to 12 seasons of this and Night of the Seven Kingdoms TV show. What do you guys think about that? Especially considering that if it even gets that far, the later seasons will be based once again on just bullet points of George R. R. Martin's source material. What do you guys think about that?
I don't think they'll carry it on for that long, surely. Because I think it gets to a point where every TV show just seems to get bad towards the end if it's gone on for too long. And I just feel like if they drag it out for that many seasons, like it's not going to have the same like
Yeah.
wholesomeness.
What about you, Ricky?
Go ahead.
Well, we've had that before, right?
Yeah.
Where some David and
What are you
Dan had
talking
his,
about? I don't know. Game of
has
Thrones
his
is perfect
bullet
in
points.
every way.
they had his bullet points, and then So I don't know. Ira Parker was talking about taking a 10-year break, I think, so they can move the story forward, and then coming back to Duncan again. I think it was 5. A 5-year break, do 4 more seasons, another 5-year break, do the last 4 seasons. I think that would be cool, but that's also just not how it works. I think
Yeah.
because 5 years later, no one's gonna. At least the casuals are not gonna be like, "Well, hell yeah, I wanna have more of that."
I agree. I do like the idea of like if you're gonna have it for like a ton of seasons. I do like the idea of Ira Parker building off what you said, Ricky. He had the idea of like we want to follow these characters through their lives. We don't stay in the same general spot that they're in right now. And so I like that idea, but I'm kind of in the same vein of just I don't think we need to see a Night of the Seven Kingdoms for 8 seasons. I mean, Game of Thrones went 8 seasons, and we really think Night of the Seven Kingdoms needs to go that long. Novellas, I get it. The novellas, sure, I would love to get as many novellas as possible. Television show, I don't know, and that's also we gotta hope that the show does really well, to have that many seasons. And we also don't know. There's uncertainty with what's going to happen to HBO. Are they going to get bought out by Netflix? How does that the whole plans could change? I mean, we're getting into a situation where we're talking like almost 10 years down the road. So at this point, I don't know. It's very unclear. I think this would be a very interesting conversation to revisit after season 1, as it's been released to the public.
Okay.
I hope if they go for it, if they do something that's I don't know, somehow related, for example, they should just recast Egg and not wait for him to grow up. It's a bit extreme.
Yeah, my ideal would be if they just ended it after 3 seasons, unless George R. R. Martin is able to get a 4th novella out prior to the end of season 3. Then I'd be fine with the season 4 if there's written source material. But if it's just bullet points, we don't want to revisit the same thing that happened with Game of Thrones. Don't want to spoil too much for you, Becky. Personally wasn't a fan of later seasons, but that's all I'll say on that. And then in addition to that, when a show goes on for too long, people just lose interest. Like no one in life has ever said, "Oh boy, season 22 of Family Guy was so great. It was almost as season 1." Like no one has ever said that about a TV show going, that long. So at some point, people just stop caring, and you just have to end it.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
I agree. I think 4 seasons, 4 or 5 is the sweet spot.
Yeah.
5 at a push if there's like a really good like novella to base it on. But if you're going over 5, then I just think it's had its time because we don't need that many. And you don't want to ruin a really good like story and like a really good TV show by giving it a bad end or dragging it out longer than it needs to be. So I think 4 or 5 is the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And awesome sauce. Breaking Bad was excellent, and they knew when to end it. They ended it at just the right time, like perfection. So like if a Night of the Seven Kingdoms does go, let's say we do get the She-Wolves of Winterfell and the Village Hero novellas, I think the She-Wolves of Winterfell would be a perfect place to end the show on if we do get that novella out. But yeah, no further. That'd be too much.
I really wonder how they would end the show if we go 5 seasons. Like, given what we know happens to the end of these characters, like I really wonder how they like wrap it all up. Like if they were going to do 5 seasons, but I don't know. That's a lot into the future.
It's just a 1-minute montage.
Oh no!
At the end.
Could you imagine? You spent like 5 years with these characters and they give you a little minute montage at the end? Oh, this is how things go.
It's just 1 minute and then Stefan Fosworth just passed it up like right next to someone. He's witnessing Rhaegar's birth like this. He's running to the core. I really like the accent, the dialect. That's way more like early Game of Thrones than
Agreed.
What is it? Very it's very British. Becky, you should know where this is from.
Yeah, does it feel really weird to you? Because like when I listen to it, I'm like, I can see that's British, but like it's like I don't know, it doesn't feel weird to me. Does it feel weird to you how strong It is.
No, I like it. I like it because that's how they used to talk in Game of Thrones. That's the way George kind of writes too, right? With his like slang that he puts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proper British, but like posh British, because like I speak like a commoner. So
it is based off English history, so I mean, it should kind of sound a certain way, but beyond the point.
It ends with like looking at Duncan saying, "Well, this is really."
Oh, I hope it ends like that. That's what I want.
Oh,
all right. Now that we're like, hitting 45 minutes, I don't want to, keep our Becky and Ricky who are putting in a shift right now. I'll keep them forever. Do you guys want to give like our closing thoughts, just our end thoughts, maybe give a rating for the episode? Just generally close it out as we're getting a little unhinged in the second half of the stream.
I'd love to hear everybody else's ratings. I think people should comment their ratings. I know JC asked earlier, but I think he only posted the comment on his live stream, so I don't think anybody else could have seen. But what would everybody rate it out of 10? I think JC's disappeared.
Sorry. Just my dog.
Oh, good, he's back.
Chewing. Okay, hold on. Let me pick him up. He's chewing something he's not supposed to chew.
Yay! Oh my goodness, yay!
Sorry, he was chewing my iPhone charger. We can't have that.
That's no good.
Oh,
yeah, no.
I was hoping that's why you disappeared. I was hoping you were going to come back with a puppy.
No, it's just like, oh, Becky's talking. Time to duck out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I saw you leave, and I was like, I will happily interrupt myself if I can see a puppy.
No, it's okay. You okay?
I think 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 out of 10. I think is a really good rating. I loved. I mean, well, I didn't love it. I really liked it. I thought it was enjoyable, and I thought it was beautifully shot, well acted. It's adapting the first part well. It stretched it out a little bit, but I think it gives it atmosphere and flavor. Looking forward to episode 2.
Ricky, go ahead.
I'm
wrestling a cat.
I will
right
give
now.
it a 7. I will give it a 7.
Ooh.
It's a good start.
I'll give it a 7.5. Maybe, yeah. I'm like.
Oh
in
my
between 7 and 8.
god! He's so
can't-
extra. I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Ricky,
So
Ricky,
different.
quiet yourself. Okay, cool. I've seen all the episodes. Go, just quiet down.
Wait, so what's our average rating then? So Becky and I gave it an 8. Ricky gave it a 7, and you gave it a 7.5. So it's like, what's 30.5 divided by 4? Someone in the chat, tell us what the average is.
Oh, it's way too early for me to do that.
While you guys are thinking about that, I'll give you what my chat. This is 38 votes for my chat throughout the stream. 42% of the chat gave it a 9 or a 10 out of 10.
Wow.
39% gave it an 8. 11% gave it a 7, and then 8% gave it a 6 or below. So most people were very positive of the episode from my chat.
That's good. That's a strong start.
Yeah. I imagine the poop humor probably was like more. Well, it was only like 10 seconds, so it wasn't too bad, but maybe, I don't know, I don't know. It was also a little bit slow. So I don't know. We'll see what people say about it.
We'll see. And like we said, most of the people in our chats are going to be book fans, so it is skewed.
Yeah.
But I still think the moral of the story from the stream, I think from all 4 of us, would be a good start. Maybe not perfect, but a good start, especially in the adaptation side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Agreed.
It's a good episode. It is. I might
Yeah,
sound,
Ricky.
nitpicky and
Mr. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. That's a good rating.
I mean,
It's not a good
I gave it
rating.
a 7.5. Okay, so I was gonna try and like bring her up to the camera, but as soon as I started messing with her, because she's like deep inside of my chair right now, just like facing my heater going on. She was not having it when I like sort of picked her up. She was like, "No, you just put me down, leave me alone." So I was like, "Okay." So she's right there.
We should all bring our pets on stream. I should bring my tortoise. He's
And your
easy to
bunny,
pick up.
your pet bunny.
should.
Oh, he wouldn't want to be picked up. He'd hate it.
Wait, Ricky, do you have any pets?
No.
You
Sadly
said that's
not.
so defeated.
Yeah.
Do you have a pet dragon?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yes.
You could get a pet dire
No.
wolf. I know that's a thing now.
It is
I
actually.
guess. Yeah. True.
I don't feel good about that. I don't feel happy about that.
Or just sticking with the brand, Ricky. You could just always get like a stag for the Baratheons. You know.
True. Just hanging out with my stag in the living room.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. All right. So, do you guys have anything else you guys want to say before we end the stream for episode 1?
I'm feeling hopeful, feeling happy, feeling good. I feel like it's worth setting a 2:30 a.m. alarm to watch it each week. Oh, the floor's mine. Right, this is where I'm going to talk for another hour about my thoughts. So,
Uninterrupted.
I feel it was good. I liked every scene except for the poop. The humor landed so far. The characters were good. The setting was good. The lighting, the locations, the tourney was brought to life. The dunk hitting his head twice. I chuckled a bit. The bit at the end with the falling star made my eyes water with glee. And I'm excited for the next few weeks.
Wow, that was poetic. Oh, that was nicely well put, actually.
Thank you.
Hey, Becky got the spotlight. She just took it.
Yeah. Saw the people chatting for Becky, like chanting for Becky in the chat. Hopefully you guys are satisfied.
Hope you guys are happy.
Does King George have any final thoughts? Any final remarks for the chat?
What do you have to say, King George?
Very intelligent thoughts. Good thoughts.
Yeah.
Thank you, George.
He's a 13-week-old baby, so he's got baby thoughts. But no, it was well done. I'm excited, and guys, I'm excited to see you guys next week, same time next Sunday, January 25th at 4 a.m. UK time. Is that correct, Becky? 4 a.m. UK time?
Yeah, 4 a.m.
4 a.m. UK time, 5 a.m. German time. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Drink that coffee. Actually, no, don't drink coffee. Drink those. Drink a healthy caffeinated drink, maybe some green tea, and wake up with us four, the core, including Grease the Cruel, Ricky the.
Oh, here we go.
What was it that I was going to say? Ricky the.
Basically, you made it up. Don't ask us. Mine's self-explanatory. Mine's been the same the whole time.
Wait, what was yours again, Ricky? So it's Core, Grease the Cruel, Ricky the
Outlaw,
Becky the Righteous, and JC the Enlightened. Heck
JC,
yeah.
what makes you enlightened? What made you pick that one?
I was just trying to. I don't know. I was just trying to think of something that started with E, and I was like, "What sounds pretentious? Enlightened? Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! That sounds very Maester pilled of you. You know
exactly.
I like that.
Thank you.
Of course you do. You're a Maester supporter. You know, you got the Old Town in your name.
I am.
Yeah. I was gonna say Ricky of Old Town, but I was like, no, that's too easy. I had to come up with a different. Oh,
yeah.
Becky the Righteous, first of her name. Exactly. Awesome sauce.
Don't worry.
Ricky of the Night.
Ricky of the Night. That's a good one. I'll take that one.
I will say this: Rhea, my cat, who is not named after Rhaenyra Targaryen, she's named after Rhaena, the Queen of the West. She would like to say that we need to see more Targaryens. There you go. That's what my animal had to say.
Yeah.
It's very wise of you.
Yeah, she's starting to try and play now with my sleeve. So, but yeah, anything else anybody wants to say before we end stream? Ricky, any closing remarks?
Not really. I think I've said everything I wanted to say. I really enjoyed it. It's a good start. It's a good adaptation. Oh wow! Now
take the floor.
Game of Thrones.
You and your green light.
It's a good start. Thank you.
Perfect.
That's it. I gave you the spotlight, and you said it was a good start.
Well, I'm
Grease.
not used
Oh, go for it. Sorry.
to do.
Grease, close us out. What are your final thoughts? The ultimate final thoughts.
The ultimate final thoughts from not Grease the Cruel, because the episode was good. To see Grease the Cruel, you got to see House of the Dragon season 3 probably, but good start.
Anyway,
Excited for
what
next
do you
episode.
guys think about
Ricky?
the episode?
You're Ricky got removed. He interrupted too many times. Okay, now let's see. Hopefully he's tempered himself. Okay,
All right.
and that is going to be the end of the live stream before Ricky can do any more interrupting.
No,
Bye,
no,
guys.
no, no.
Thank
Please
you guys
go
for
ahead.
watching.
Please go ahead and say what you
and
want to
stream.
say.